What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to, I guess you could call this the second episode live stream on the Sickening Savage Rehab Restoration and Project Make It Hell Yeah Great Again. Let me say hello to the early bird viewers I see here in the stream and make sure that you guys know that I definitely super appreciate you, okay? Forget the A. We're going to get a lot of information across. And the only way to do that is to pronounce words without the full letters. We got Christine P. I appreciate you. Jim Palazzolo, Texas Hill. We got Nitro Gang Queen Melissa. We got Big Boys Toys, John Hensley. We got Steve, how you doing? And the rest of you guys are going to show up in just a little bit. Now, let me give you all a ongoing, I guess you could call it an update. You were all, some of you at least, were here with me yesterday. And you saw this Axial engine getting torn the heck down. Well, bros, now it's getting put back together in just a little bit. Let me wait a little while. Some viewers will come into the stream. Now, I know some of you will say, hybrid, bro, do you know like what rust is? Because if you know what rust is, why didn't you remove all of it? Well, guys, you saw this engine, how bad it was yesterday. Trust me, it is way better than it was yesterday. We got Paige Smith, Dylan Siebert, Wonder Bread, always on time and reliable, just like the actual food delivery in stores, you know. We got Nitro Pimp over here. I know he's planning on releasing a sickening video. What is it, tomorrow, Nitro Pimp? Is it? I'm going to be up right, bright, and on time to give it a hell yeah and a thumbs up. Well, guys, a little bit of an update. I'm sitting here with some coffee. Melissa and I just had a little bit of a date night. We had a sickening all-American burger, a couple fries over at the local bowling alley. Played a little bit of pool. You know, had a pretty good time in general, about, let's say, an hour and a half or so. Got home rushed because the Savage needs to be sickeningly repaired. We got DNR Zach. How you doing? Let me give you guys a little update on my terrible idea yesterday to use, well, Mercedes antifreeze as cleaner. Bad idea. Don't use antifreeze as a cleaner. It does basically nothing. Literally, actually not basically, but nothing. Zero. It does squat. So, yesterday, engine was real toast. We could take a quickie look at it. I've cleaned it up some, every part. I'm going to assemble it back together. Let me give you all a nice detailed view of the inside. Lucas Stolkup, what's up, bro? Thank you all for showing up. JR's Garage, 1980. That's a great year, 1980, bro. I think that's back when the old body C3 Corvettes were still on the road, right? Hell yeah. I know my C3s. Almost bought one time, actually. And then I went and got inside and realized literally everything is assembled like crap. Okay, because 1980s assembly of vehicles was trash. You know what I'm saying? It was. Don Lennox, how you doing? He goes, awesome cleaner from Home Depot or Lowe's. So I got mine. It's like a basic $50 one on Amazon, you know, one of those stainless steel ones. I'll tell you this. I don't know if you remember, but yesterday I had a serious issue removing the carb. Put that in the ultrasonic. Cleaner or no cleaner is pretty much irrelevant, right? The vibrations of the cleaner itself. Only RC Nitros. How you doing, bro? How you doing? How's the weather over there in California? I know you want to tell us it must be sunny today. Well, New York wasn't that sunny, unfortunately, bro. It was pretty not sunny at all. You know, depending on how you look at the political climate, how you look at the actual climate. They both suck. The political climate and the actual climate sucks. You know what I'm saying? They're horrible. They could not be any worse. Unfortunately, our political climate has done some sucking up to President Trump, but my actual climate, bros, actual climate cannot suck up to the president. So we don't know how the hell that's going to go. Anyway, what I will tell you, the ultrasonic cleaner, I obviously need. Andre Lees, how you doing? Happy to see you here, my dude. I will tell you, I definitely need the correct ultrasonic cleaning solution. You know, it's sold on Amazon. I'm going to have to order it. So my idea of using the antifreeze, not good. Only thing it did is basically make the water hard to see through. right? Because it's not clear. It's basically green. But this is the final result. KGM, how you doing, man? Well, Satan Rage, how you doing? I'm trying to make a Nitro great again, but I'll be honest with you, this one was likely underwater. By the way, if you're chilling there with a little bit of coffee like I am, that's what you need to do. Lower the stress levels, lower the cortisol levels, raise the good cholesterol, lower the bad cholesterol. Get that hemoglobin pumping, and say no to crawlers. Good news is, it appears that the compression on this Axial has not left the building. So I did manage to pull the sleeve. It really wasn't that easy. But I'll tell you, the ultrasonic cleaner provides the right amount of vibrations in the ultrasonic range. By the way, for those of you that don't know what literally the ultrasonic means, you guys want me to define what the word ultrasonic means? Basically, it's a frequency that is higher than the speed of sound, right? Ultra means beyond, sonic means sound. So there's your ultrasonic. Well, my dudes, I gotta tell you, I watched a Concorde documentary last night. You know, the Concorde, the famous plane that cost, I think, $5,000 per person per ticket. Concorde, first passenger ultrasonic jet. John Hensley, thank you, bro. Let me see what you just said. Oh, we got John here, longtime Sickening channel member, of course, as well. And we got Pitbull Air-Cooled, man. I appreciate you all. But let me talk a little bit about being ultrasonic. So, you know, today, Hollywood likes to make a bunch of stupid movies about superheroes. Truth is, you want to be a superhero? Be a good person. Do something useful with your time. Help other people around you. Pretending that you have x-ray vision, dressing up in stupid outfits to go to comic cons with other fools that basically just are there for Instagram. I do not support living that fake lifestyle. I support doing something meaningful, something useful, not just something for the stupid TikTok or Instagram. Now, I really thought this country would remove that form of short form media, but it looks like that nonsense is here to stay. Only thing we can do as members of society is our own part and attend, as Page Smith here goes, the Nitro Con. So welcome to the Nitro Con, everybody. Jose Velasquez, how you doing? Just gave a sickening speech, put down some anime lovers, you know what I mean? You know, today, this whole anime thing, it's really getting out of hand. You know, people be talking about body dysmorphia. Oh, I look in the mirror, I don't like how I look. Let me tell you something. You understand the goal of life is change. You're never going to be 100% happy. But what you can do is to make small, little adjustments in your life to become a little happier each day. And that is what I support. That's right, Jose Velasquez. Parents be raising these Comic Con punks. Basically, they wear nonsense. They go to these stupid shows. It really is nothing more than a get-up. Do people really believe they could be Spider-Man? Listen, Spider-Man is a movie. I'm sorry. Don't be dressing like Spider-Man unless you're like, you know, under 12 years old. I would say under 12 years old, you're allowed to pretend you're Spider-Man. Beyond 12 years old, that's called creep level. Okay? That's creep level, low IQ brain, what I call it. But anyway, just a little something, you know, I do understand people get sad in life. I'm sad a lot of the times myself, my dudes. But the truth is, you got to keep occupied and you have to hope for a better future. Now, it's easier said than done. Obviously, it takes work. It takes effort. But once you understand that things will only improve if you put yourself on a path of improvement, then maybe they will slowly improve. John, thank you, bro. I appreciate that. He goes, great content, two-speed baby. John, I don't know if you were here yesterday. I removed the transmission case on this one. And it turned out to actually be a two-speed baby. So, I think we're going to have the only Savage XL with a two-speed transmission. Honestly, that's going to be a little bit interesting in my opinion. I was talking it over with a buddy of mine. You know, He has many names. Sometimes his name begins with Nitro Pimp. Sometimes his name begins with Tarek. Sometimes their name begins with John Hensley. Sometimes Ben. And we all agree that only gearing really matters. Now, the Savage XL and the Savage 4.6, let me just do a little bit of talking before I do assembly here, my dudes. Okay, I hope you don't mind that part. Really, if you look at the box rated top speeds, they are both rated to hit 45. And I know for a fact, given a similar tune, they will both hit 45. So what that means is gearing is really what matters. Now, yes, I have hit 50 on a Savage XL, but that was with a taller spur gear. So it is possible to hit 50. But the thing is, gearing is what matters. And I'm not completely sure. I haven't done the complete research on what the gear ratios would be of the 2 and a 3 speed. But I think collectively at the end of the day, given identical RPM, you're going to have basically similar gearing. What do you guys think about that? That's right. Jose Velasquez likes the speeches. Thank you, man. You know, should be a damn motivational speaker. The thing is, my motivational speaking will basically blame the person 50% and then blame the rest of the people 50%. You know what I'm saying? But truth is, you have to always put a little bit of blame on yourself as well. You can't think that it's everyone else's fault. Because let's put it this way. This society, it's a victim culture. You could be a victim of who the hell knows? I don't know, whatever victim you are, right? Victim of governments, victim of, I don't know, why doesn't the blood bank pay you for blood donations anymore? I don't know, I'm a victim, baby. I'm a victim. At the end of the day, you gotta have personal accountability. Now, you know, human nature is always to try to explain why. You know, we live our life basically saying, why am I here? What am I supposed to do? What is the higher power? Is there a higher power? Truth is, your body has millions and millions and millions, billions of nerve endings. Just based on the assumption of pain and nerve endings alone, I think the goal is simply to avoid pain, right? Let's put it this way. If you take your finger and you stab your finger with something like this, oh God, that's painful. That's painful. This is your body. This is nature, evolution, God, whoever you want, telling you not to stab yourself. It's simple elements like that. Gotta understand why things are. Anyway, let us all continue. Like I said, Melissa and I went to do a little bit of playing pool. We ordered a burger. The burger was late, of course. You know, so I'm still like half hungry because I had to basically chow that burger down real fast. Melissa, we got a picture of the burger? If you do, please bring a picture of the burger. The people want to see the picture of the burger. All right, so let's continue. All right, so I cleaned mostly what I could. The only thing I am highly, highly worried about, and I'm going to give you guys a real close-up view of this, I am real highly worried about the bearing. I basically put my finger in there. I know for a fact this bearing does not move at all. You see that? I can't really even spin it well. The bearing is toast. I had this in the cleaner for like maybe 3 hours, obviously using the wrong solution, but it is better than before, right? I'm not too worried about really the rust, whatever. What's up there, Chef Beardsley? Chef Beardsley, epic live streams, I think once a week on his channel. And he does interesting projects, not just RCs, you know. I'll be honest with you, I tried to venture out into other types of videos, but, you know, when you got your niche, that's your niche. Fortunately, I can't start doing lawnmower videos, okay? I'm trying to do scooter videos. But people just are not about scooter videos. That's right, Wonder Bread said last night it looked real bad. So it's much better, but I am convinced the bearing in the front and in the rear is completely toast. The one in the front, I can spin the race just fine. Did clean up the crankshaft. It looks pretty good. Obviously, you know, there's a massive amount of pitting. It's way better. What I am really worried about when I stick the crankshaft in, it does spin, right? But I am quite convinced it's actually just spinning inside the race of the bearing because I don't physically see the bearing balls move at all. So I got a decision to make at this point, my dudes. The decision is, should I just move forward with assembling it as I see it right now and just hope that the bearing breaks free? That's basically my only option. A Pitbull crew goes, yes, you need to replace the bearing. Problem is, don't have a bearing puller, and well, that's a problem in general. It definitely does not move, 100% seized. Yeah, Blue Ford, how you doing? RC Cape Cod, how you doing as well? Can't trust a rusty bearing. I mean, honestly, the crankshaft does spin. It's possible, you know, when it's actually a runner, it might break free. I don't notice anything wrong. So I think at this point, I'm just going to assemble it and see if we have compression. That's probably going to be the best thing I could do at this point. You know, future evidence will have to come in, and I'm going to have to see how it goes. Sheriff Beards, yes, bro. This is after the ultrasonic cleaner. This is legit after. If you guys want, I can bring down the ultrasonic cleaner. If you want to see it, I have the liquid out of it right now. Most important thing, what does the piston and sleeve look like? Well, luckily, it seems that tension starts around this area. So it does appear that it has a normal amount of pinch. It seems pretty smooth. I don't notice anything obviously wrong with the piston and sleeve. This is a proper axial. So we have the exhaust port. Let's count the ports over there. They have some fangs. This thing became a vampire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I think this is what they call a 6+1. Basically a 6-port, maybe 7, depending how you do math these days. You know, everyone has their own idea of math, unfortunately. You guys want to see the ultrasonic cleaner? I can bring it down. I have it basically in the kitchen, though. That's kind of the only problem right now. All right, let me go get it. There's no solution in it right now because I've already used it. Let me go fetch it, as the British like to say. Been watching some British sitcoms. They're pretty funny. All right, bros. Just because I guess people here wanted to see, it's like pretty much the most generic ultrasonic cleaner there is. Seems to be pretty good. There it is. In terms of capacity, this is what's called a 2-liter. Yeah, Nitro Pimp, I could probably get the bearing specs. It's not like the end of the world. But I tried to take that bearing out. Dude, it is stuck. That thing is jammed in there. I don't want to really damage anything, but for those people that just want to take a look at it, there's basically 2 features on a cleaner like this. You have heat on the left side and you have minutes on the right side. Now, this one was about 50 bucks on Amazon. Stainless steel, normal. There's just one power plug in the back. You have handles on the sides. You have a pretty hardcore power plug and a main master power switch. So in terms of power, they do use, I would say, a pretty good amount of power. So we have ourselves 2 different ratings. One is the heating element, power 100 watts, and the cleaner, the motor itself, 60 watts, the ultrasonic cleaner, right? So on the inside, let me show you what's on the inside of this. Pinker, how you doing? There you go. It's basically straightforward. This is one of the smaller capacity ones rated at 2 liters. So you have a basket, you put all your stuff in. You know, if you want to put some French fries, I'm sure you could. And then you clean the rest. I'll tell you, there was a bunch of sediment at the bottom of this after. A ton of sediment. It does make arguably the world's most annoying noise. But it's one of those noises that, like, after a half hour, you kind of want to fall asleep to it. It's a weird noise. It is a weird noise. Okay, so I'm going to move that thing back. Obviously, I got to buy the correct solution at this point. All right. Let's, as they like to say in Jackie Chan movies, let's walk and roll. Are you guys ready to walk and roll? Who wants to walk and roll? There we go. God. All right. I'm just going to start assembling it. We'll see how it goes. The Walk and Roll Express is in town. Chef, yes, this truck has completely incorrect tires. I got it in this condition, not the best tires, you know. Steve Paolo, what's up, man? Just getting ready to do some walk and rolling, you know. Normal stuff. Oh, James Duranto, thank you, bro. With the Make Nitro Great Again. I am trying my hardest, bro. I am trying my hardest. Unfortunately, we got brands that are releasing models that I would say are not 100% Nitro Gang approved. I talked about it yesterday in relation to the Savage XL kit. I think opinions, you know, sometimes when something new comes out, let's say the Suzuki Kazashi. Oh, by the way, you guys want to see my hair today? I promise you my hair is looking normal today. You want to see it? I just came back from a bowling alley, so, you know, I had to dress up a little bit. You want to see my hair? I'll show you my hair if you want. I'm not embarrassed. So we could talk a little bit about, you know, expectations in the Suzuki Kazashi. Okay, I'm going to show you my hair. Hold on a second. Just in case people don't understand. Okay. All right, here we go. There you go. Oh, don't look behind. Oh, my God, you look behind. Don't do that. Let me turn this away. Did my hair. Yeah, so, you know, sometimes consumer expectations. Don't look over there. You're looking at that car, aren't you? You see that car right there? I'm going to have to hold my hand like this. Okay, so private information, my dudes, private information. So, you know, sometimes like the Suzuki Kazashi comes out and then you know, magazines give the Suzuki Kazashi, which is like a front wheel drive, small Suzuki sedan. They give it a good review. Then you actually get one, you're like, shit, I should have bought a Camry. Okay, this is like one of those things. So the news is the Savage XL kit is, I guess, going to be out soon. Comes with no engine. We don't know what the price is. Comes with no electronics. You got to paint it. Some people are very happy because at the end of the day, yes, you need parts for them. By the way, you liking this sweater? This is a hot sweater, isn't it? That's right. All right, so let's go back. Don't look over there behind my hand, though, bros. James Duranto, did you see behind my hand over there? I could lower it slightly, but not too much. I could lower it, though. That's the top secret car. Also, there's one behind my... Oh, my God. Did you see behind my head? Don't do it. All right, let's go back to the motor. I could put my hand down. All right, back to the motor and expectations. Of course, we want more nitros on the market, but I think we want nitros that we don't have to spend a crazy amount of money on, right? You see, the Nitro Gang is quite different from, I would say, electric audience. We don't get easily misled. The average IQ of a Nitro Gang viewer is pretty much up there. You know, we make choices that result in good cost effectiveness. Okay, so I'm just gonna start doing this. You guys let me know if you could see okay. I think by the end of the day, when you're done building the new Savage XL kit, you gotta need like a $200 motor. You're gonna be at like $900 to $1,000 on the new one. You understand, you could buy like 4 used Savage XLs for that, if you're lucky. Well, not always, but, you know, usually. All right, so my goal is just to basically assemble it, see if the engine itself has any compression. Obviously, the bearing is toast. Who here agrees? And obviously, my opinion is just that of a single individual. Doesn't mean it's right, doesn't mean it's wrong. But The beauty of democracy is we allow people to have opinions. Although, of course, they could have wrong opinions, and then they become, elected mayors of cities. All right, so it does spin. I don't really notice any kind of major friction over there. Let's move on to the next portion. Next up, I'm going to do the piston. So as I said before, it seems to be normal condition. I think when I removed it, it wasn't at the top, so that's good news. The piston itself seems normal. I don't see any kind of damage on the skirt. The connecting rod also seems normal. By the way, guys, if you notice anything not good, make sure you point it out here in the chat. I do read it, okay? Oh, James Duranta with a sickening. So, yeah. This is a pretty rare Axial engine. I hope it's going to be good. All right, so the skirt has to face the exhaust, away from the exhaust port. Okay, you know what? I should probably oil that up first. The main reason I got this Savage for was literally this engine. Okay. Almost there. It doesn't seem to... Okay, got it, baby. Got it. All right. Correctly installed. Yes, the skirt is definitely facing the correct way. You could check on the inside. Definitely correctly installed. All right, next, it's time for the sleeve. All right, John Hensey, thank you, bro. Yeah, the quality is pretty good. All right, next up, we got the sleeve. I've oiled it up a little bit already. All right, this one's easy. There's basically just a notch at the back. So the goal really is just to see if we have adequate compression, and that will tell me whether I should continue or not. There's a high possibility this engine is completely toast. There we go. It's going in. Time to get aligned the piston. Okay, got the piston seated. Feels good when the piston is seated, doesn't it? Feels real good. All right. I'm going to push it in. Let's see the rest of it. And like I said, appreciate all you guys, rushed home today. Let's hope it seats normally. Okay, got it. Oh, thank God. Oh, baby. Perfect seating position. Yeah, I do feel a good amount of tension there at the top. So I can't, with my fingers, easily spin it over. All right, Pitbull Air Cooled Man, thank you. And thank you for spelling appreciate correctly, I thought this country's grammar skills were going downhill. But they're going uphill, actually, with you here. Going uphill. All right, next part, got to install the flywheel clutch belt type of stuff. Okay, here we go. Now, this engine had a spacer before the collet. So I'm going to put the spacer back on. Usually, if you guys don't know, if you want to put your flywheel a little bit more forward, you could add shims right after and then put your collet on top of that. That will help push the flywheel forward just enough. Usually you have like about up to, I would say, a 2 to 3 millimeter ability to move it just with the spacers. You don't want to go above like 3 millimeters. All right, flywheel is pretty much normal. It's a lightweight style flywheel, and the flywheel nut. What I need now is a pipe wrench. I'm gonna have to commission Melissa to bring me a pipe wrench. Hey, Melissa, can you bring me, please, pipe wrench? Yeah, I need a please pipe wrench, please. Okay, guys, I'm using the word please often now, you know. All right, so it's coming along so far. We're going to find out real soon. We're going to put the head on. We'll know if we got compression or not, you know. That's basically going to tell me. Nah, John Hensley, I'm not, you know, I'm not saying everyone is misspelling for you know, usually the thing is people today misspell for fun. They know how to spell correctly, but they're doing it for fun, like on social media. You know, that's kind of the problem. I don't mean like, you know, if you're trying to say something fast, that's normal. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. No one's going to hold nothing against you. Oh, we got Max Settings. How you doing, man? He goes, I bought 3 new in-box Nitros from that dude, Ron Hubbard. Oh, hell yeah. Ron Hubbard, great guy. He's usually in the streams. So, Max Settings, tell us what you got. I think we all want to know. Melissa, how you doing? You got nice hair today? The hair looking real feisty? Guys, Melissa put makeup on earlier. Yeah, you know what that means. That means date night. Okay. Let's get the flywheel a little tighter. And then we can install the head. Okay, going on, and it's on. All right, so at this point, I could basically spin over the flywheel, and I'll know. Oh, Max Settings bought 2 GS Racing SUT trucks and a new low-C speed NT. Well, that's some top-level RCs. Top level. I think Nitro Pimp here has the entire range of the low-C NTs, right? The speed NT models. Well, there's the 10. I think there's a couple models, different versions. All right, so let's see what we got. Oh yeah, it does. Holy moly! That is real crazy pinch at the top. I barely spun this over, bros. Legit barely spun it over. Oh, wowzers. Wowzers. Okay. Wowzers. That is some top level pinching. Let's get a view from this location, from this position. So I have a good amount of oil there. Everything's oiled. But of course, you know, we all have a little version of OCD within us. That makes you oil things a little more than you need to. Let's oil the crank. I think I'm pretty happy with it so far. The only thing that I think could go wrong is the one-way well, hopefully the one-way is fine. Also, the bearing and the rear main bearing. All right, let's take a look inside. Looks okay. Yeah, it literally lifts the sleeve up when I spin it. See that? And then pushes it down. That's a hell yeah. Melissa, Sandy chilling on the couch? Oh, JP, how you doing, bro? All right, my dudes. Let's, I think at this point, so I'm going to probably leave the carb for last. Let's begin assembling, I think, the cooling head. All right, so I've cleaned the head up. Oh, my God, what the hell is up with that glow plug? That glow plug, it looks like it's straight from hell. Is that the glow plug from hell? What happened to this head button? Why did nobody clean it? That means me, by the way. Oh, Robert Jones. What's up, Robert Jones? Hope you're having a good day, man. Let me just check this glow plug. I think I got to go clean this. Oh, yeah. No, that's That's not going to work. That is not going to work. Why didn't I remove this plug? You know what I should have done? Not going to be able to remove it now. Because it's jammed. That's why. Okay. So I'm going to try to remove it. But the problem is... sickening. Should have done this ahead of time. I won't be able to remove it unless it's sitting in the engine like this with screws attached a little bit. Let me just get a couple screws in there, and then we'll turn the plug out. Hey, Melissa, is the sink clean? I don't want to embarrass myself with a dirty sink. Although, dirty sink's not going to really embarrass me. Who cares? You got to be grateful you have a sink. You know what I'm saying? There's people in this world out there without a sink, without a bathroom. Not right. Not right. No, but for real, is the sink clean, though? Can you give me a hell yeah? MPTRC, let me just answer your question. I appreciate you following up. Yes, I did have this in the ultrasonic cleaner for about 2 hours. This is the result. The only problem is I did not have the correct solution. Okay, got the plug looser. Okay. Now we can go wash the head button separately, actually. Oh, JP got a big RC lot. If you want, you could tell us what, like, one of your favorite cars is. Because I know you're probably going to do a sickening video on it anyway. Don't want to spoil it. No, but Melissa, is the sink clean, though? Yep, Jim, the head, not bad at all. Damn. It looks like some of the dirt fell on top of the piston. Let me just do a little clean on that. I'm going to clean when I removed a little bit of that dirt fell on the piston. I don't think it's going to matter, but I'm just going to clean it up a little bit and re-oil it. You see, that's a little bit of a mistake. Not the end of the world. Just going to clean it up a little bit. Just a little bit of rust over there. Not the end of the world. Can't beat yourself up over everything, you know? Because then you're going to be your own bully. Don't bully yourself. Don't do it. I'm going to clean it up with a wipe. It'll be fine. And that's fine. Anybody ever watch that South Park episode about the stock market? And it's gone. Okay. I'll re-oil it back up. There we go. But, yep. Should have removed the head button first. I've done that before. Basically, if you wipe it a little bit into the side of the piston and the crack, right, just lower it. It'll basically be stuck to the side of the sleeve because there's oil holding it up. It'll basically be fine. So how about this, bros? We're gonna go wash this, and I'll get a new glow plug. Let me see what kind of plug this is. A short or a long plug? All right, it's a short plug. Okay, so it's a short plug. Let's see what it was before. Oh, this was a proper OS 8 plug. See that right there? This was a proper OS plug. What's up there, All Aspects? How you doing? You know, I'm just messing around with dirty engines. Having the time of my life over here, you know? All right, let's go wash it. And I'll source a new plug. Sorry, James. I'm telling you, some people don't have sinks. Think about it. I'm lucky. I got two. Got two sinks. Can you bring Sandy?
No.
Bring Sandy.
No.
Oh man, the sink is not looking good. I gotta protect it from looking bad. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. My dudes. Oh my god, that is embarrassing. We're gonna wash the HPI sink. There's some remnants of stuff in there. Be careful. Oh my goodness, the HPI sink is looking not too good. I gotta upgrade to a dual din sink. You know what I'm saying? Kidding around. That's like car terms. All right, it looks a little bit better. Let me wash it. Sickening. Oh, Corey, how you doing, Corey? Just enjoying my, sink. Melissa don't believe me. Some people in this world, I mean, I'm not talking about people that are homeless or whatever. Talking about in many countries around the world, indoor plumbing is a privilege. I'm serious. That's pretty good. Whatever, it doesn't have to be perfect. Could we get a little hell yeah for Corey? All right. Sing gang. Thanks, Corey, bro. I appreciate that. Let me go get a glow plug. Glow plug time. Hold up. All right, so I have managed to find the plug. It is, I think this is going to be fine. It's an old O'Donnell. You guys remember these plugs? O'Donnell? Look at the long body, but the actual threads are short. O'Donnell, baby. You know what we're going to do? I'm going to show you something a little exciting. What the hell is that? That's right, baby. Oh, Sandy's here. Sandy, how you doing? All right. So it's basically perfect now, where it is. Yep. Kyosho Wildcat. Video's not ready for this yet. Hey, Sandy. Hey, Sandy, could I get a hell yeah? Oh, he ran away. He ran away. So video for this is not ready. It's in the works. This is my kitchen table, by the way. I got yelled at by Melissa today for it, everybody. Yep, she yelled at me. So I've done extensive work on this Kyosho, and when I say extensive, I mean extensive. But all of that and more will be maybe in a video or a short in the near future. But highly customized exhaust solutions were reached. Highly customized. By the way, this is the band brake right there. Custom exhaust line. Retrofit filter. All right, let's go downstairs. Gotta block this. Got this going. What's Sandy doing? Oh, you guys want to say hello to Sandy? Who wants to see Sandy? Hey, Sandy. How you doing there, buddy? Sandy, are you protecting that old RC over there? Guys, that's the future project. How you doing there, kitty? Melissa, meow at Sandy. Let's see what he does. Sandy, meow. Meow. He don't respond to human meows, but I'm telling you, when there's like a cat on TV, it's over. Yeah. There he goes. There he goes. If there's a cat meowing on TV, it's over, baby. Psst. All right, guys, glow plug is in. Let's go put it in the car. Sandy, can they get a hell yeah from you, please? Are you keeping all the cat language to yourself? All right, let's roll. So that RC is top secret. Can't tell you what it is. Top secret. Top level secrets. Okay. Back, baby. Back to the Nitro Savage layer. All right, so that was pretty good. Got the new glow plug-in. Let me just test it. Whatever, that don't matter. That's not really dirt. It's just a little bit of residue. Oh, man. That is red, baby. That is like Mars. Yep, Smitty, you are correct. Dude, it's like, when I get like those telemarketer people, well, I guess they're not telemarketer, salespeople going to the door. First thing they see through the window is a busted up RS4. Because the truth is, that's what my song says. And that's why I have a RS4 in the windowsill. So they know what it all started with. That's right, Nitro Pimp. Get your ass to Mars. Man, that was a great movie. That was like, I think, the golden era of Schwarzenegger. For sure, the golden era. All right, so we have, I'm going to just assemble this back up. Good amount of oil on the sleeve. Oh, yeah, the pinch is insane. What's up, Mark Nugan? How you doing? All right, so the head button is definitely correct. I could see it seated normally. I'm going to put the screws back in. Oh, Corey enjoying a nice Big Mac. They need to really revolutionize the Big Mac. I've had a couple recently. Honestly, that middle bun, they should make that something else. And you know what else is really not kind of annoying about the Big Mac? It only has one piece of cheese. Do you realize a double cheeseburger has more cheese than a Big Mac? That's kind of messed up when you think of it that way, right? Oh, Max Settings goes, his first RC was an electric. What was mine and how old was I? Well, bro, Max Settings, my first one was, I'm going to zoom in on it too. Just for you, man. That was actually right there. You see that right there? That RS43 was my very first Nitro. That's why my song, it says it all started with an HPI Racing RS4. I don't want to say 3 because it didn't sound good, but that was literally that exact model with the purple 15FE single needle carb was my very first car. So I got it the year they came out. So I'm going to say that was what, like 2001 maybe? 2000? So that particular car was my very, very, very first Nitro. Not that one, but identical to it, obviously. All right, let's get back. My friend at the time had the older RS4. So he would run his RS4. I would run my RS4 3. And, well, both of us were real happy. At the time, I really don't remember, generally my friends and I, and, slightly older people at the time also. I was basically in middle school at that point. Okay, it seems okay. I'm going to tighten it down a little bit more. At that time, I think generally electrics were significantly slower. So Nitro really was, if you wanted something more realistic, you would have went with a Nitro. Now, yes, there were already, low turn modified single wind motors. But, nobody really liked the current battery tech of the time. Okay, I'm just tightening up the screws. But I remember at my hobby store at that time, and this is, that time, if you guys know about New York, I grew up in Queens, in a Regal Park, Middle Village, Queens, not too far from Flushing. Actually, where that movie took place with Men in Black, when they're in the park with those saucers. All right, so here we go. Looks normal here. Let's test the compressioning. I honestly feel it's going to be a little too crazy. All right. Oh, crap. That's hardcore. Okay, my glow plug isn't fully tight. Dude, this thing feels almost new. It feels actually almost new. Feels a little too tight, if you ask me. I cannot spin it over. Bros, I just tried everything. Cannot spin it over. Oh, max settings from my local neighborhood. Max settings, bro. I went to 2 high schools. You might know them. One was Thomas Edison. Pretty top school. But, you might get bullied after. But Thomas Edison and Francis Lewis High School. You might know. So, dude, the compression on this is insane. I don't think I'll be able to start it without removing the plug. I'm going to try with most of my might. Pretend you just went to Comic-Con and you saw, the fake Dora the Explorer hole. You're going to spin this over with that kind of power. I honestly cannot spin it over. Now, do you guys think this is mechanically damaged? Because that is beast, man, bear, pig compression. Did Inspector Butters do something to this engine? I'm just curious. I honestly cannot spin it over without removing the plug a little bit. I don't know if this engine was ever broken in. So let me just tell you a little bit of story time. I did clean the pull starter. Now, Smitty, it's definitely not binding. Definitely no binding. It feels like it was never broken in. So this is the pull starter. I did notice when I was cleaning it, the string on the inside, well, it has a little WD-40 on it because I basically dirtied it. The string is completely clean. There's no old oil residue. I'm thinking this thing was never actually ran. You think that's possible or broken in? It has rust, yeah. That doesn't mean it was run. I think that's the case in this case. Is that the case in this case? Can you answer a question with a question? Where's my question with a question, gang? Is it here? I don't know. I think this thing was never broken in. Australiano, how you doing? So, Smitty goes, but how would they have gotten that much nitro into the block? I'm thinking this thing was actually underwater. I don't know if that was nitro fuel, bro, because I know I bought this Savage as part of another lot, and that one was definitely underwater. This one, I mean, based on the rust on the chassis alone, you see what I mean? I think it was actually underwater. High probability. Look at the screws. I think it was actually underwater, bros. Futuristic Mike, how you doing, bro? Go ahead with the emoji. We don't get upset here, bro. We got a bunch of smart, sensible people, Sensible, though. So, yeah, Smitty, I think that's actually the case. All right. Let's continue, everybody. Yeah, Page Smith goes, I think it was a hurricane in someone's basement. Highly, highly probable. Highly probable. Okay, so now I'm going to... What I got to do? I'm going to start assembling the clutch bell. Or I'm thinking maybe the backplate components. What do you guys think? Backplate components or what? Where's the clutch bell, actually? Where's my clutch? I had it on a plate. Did I lose it? I think I lost it. Melissa, do I have a plate upstairs with a clutch on it? Do I have a plate with clutches on it, like those little shoes? I'm going to just basically start assembling the back plate, I guess, for now. All right, good amount of oil there. I don't see anything crazy. Okay. Gotta tell you, I don't know if this thing actually was broken in. The compression is really too hardcore. Okay, so we got the one-way bearing. The way this thing is positioned, it's pretty clever. I'm gonna oil this up a little bit. I've cleaned the one-way bearing. It seems to be in normal condition now. And I do know that it does catch. Oh, Corey got one of these. Yeah, the Axial engines are pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. By the way, this thing has, unlike, the Savages with, like, those starting pins. Let me see if I have a Savage with, like, an open back plate I could show you. Okay, don't have one. Yeah, so these don't have those springs and pins. This, the one-way bearing, basically just goes directly into the crankshaft. Pretty clever. I gotta say, pretty clever, in my opinion. Put a little bit of oil over here, too. All right, yeah. That spins nice. Okay. Stick it in. This is the little bit of annoying part. Sometimes not a bad idea to put the one-way in first. But it'll usually fit over time. Okay, there we go. Fit, no problemo. Gotta get the screws in, and I'm halfway done. All right, so next up, let me get the screws for the back plate. Truth is, don't remember which ones they are. Okay, I think it's these. No, it's not those. Those are the pull starter screws. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to wash the screws themselves too. Sickening. Okay, so these little those are for the pull starter. All right, so let me just wash some of these screws. They're kind of dirty. I forgot to wash them myself too. My bad about that, bros. Oh, Smitty goes, I literally learned yesterday that Axial made more than crawlers. Yeah, bro, Axial had a pretty big line of engines back in the day. In fact, high probability that, like, if you pick up a used Savage, it could have an Axial engine. I've actually went through a couple over the years. This is not my first one. But so far, I have not come across a bad one. So far. It's a possibility, but so far. You just clean the screw. Okay. Not the cleanest screws, but it doesn't matter. They're in the backplate area anyway. Corey, man, how was the Big Mac? You know, I got one the other day. They put like way too much of that Big Mac sauce. By the way, if you want a hack on how to get Big Mac flavor out of a double cheeseburger, you could ask McDonald's, for you guys so you know, you could ask them to make any burger with the Mac sauce. and it'll be cheaper. That's the Big Mac hack. Serious, no jokes here. You can get any burger made with the Big Mac sauce. Because, truth be told, Big Mac, just a bunch of bread with 2 basic patties with 1 piece of cheese. So if you had, let's say, a double cheeseburger, it would have 2 pieces of cheese, and you can get it made with the Mac sauce. That's legit a better idea. Okay, so these screws are pretty good. They're tight. All right. Looking good, looking good. Let me spin it. Okay. It does spin normally. I can spin over the flywheel. But the compression is so hardcore, I don't even think this thing will start normally. Honestly, I'm a little worried about that. Let me put pull starter back on. Okay. Pull starter is on. And I think overnight, I'll probably have some time to assemble this back into the engine. Guys, I want to say thank you all for joining the stream tonight. I appreciate it. Yeah, Nitro Pim here with good advice. Real hackers don't eat that crap. You know, I wish I could. I wish I could. But there's a reason why it's called comfort food, right? Hydrogen Bob, ma'am, how are you? Thank you, man. Only RC Nitro. Appreciate you. Melissa, there's a plate on the table. A plate. Can you please get me the plate with the clutches? All right. So, yeah, pull starter works, but the compression is really hardcore. I'm not going to be able to spin it over. So I have to loosen the plug by a lot. Okay. Oh, damn, that is crazy compression. That might be a little weird setup. 528 production, what's up, bro? Well, let me give you an update. It got the engine all sorted, cleaned, ultrasonic cleaner. You know, didn't have the right solution, but I did what I could, and I'm assembling it back. Hey, Melissa, are you sleeping? We got ourselves a sleeper, and not the railroad tie, but a sleeper, like a person on the couch type thing. Couch person, as they say. Melissa. John Hensey, man, you got it. By the way, guys, John Hensey just built a sickening RC10 GT kit. Quite impressive. I know the guy from Project Farm would say impressive. For those of you that might not have seen yesterday, I do have another Axial. This is the older generation. I showed this yesterday. It was a pretty good comparison. This is the Axial S1 model. They're basically both .28s. You could tell the blocks are basically the same. Only difference is the S2 has the updated cooling head design, a little more RPM, and updated timing. Generally, a better engine is the S2, but this first gen model with this design cooling head also will not piss you off. Real proper motor. They have the same carbs. And almost always, these were found in, like, Savages. Almost always. This particular one on the left did come out of a Truggy. I no longer have a Truggy. It was an Offna Mutilator. That Truggy is currently absent. Oh, Xavier, how you doing, man? Okay, well, since I don't know where Melissa is with the gearing, with the clutch bell assembly, guess I'm gonna have to talk about something else. Hello? All right, you know what, bros? I think I'm going to do the rest of the clutch bell setup later. Probably not a good use of the stream time right now. So what I'll do, I also do want to examine the carb. I looked inside. It is sealed. It's still a little dirty, but whatever. That stuff is going to clean itself up over time. It slides normally. The dust boot looks normal. I don't see any cracks, and it does not leak from what I understand. So no leaks, leak-free zone. I'm going to clean this a little more and also put in some sealant. So I'm just going to keep it here for now so I don't misplace it. I'm going to add some sealant. It'll be fine. This will be done later on overnight. The rest of this chassis obviously needs a hardcore cleaning everywhere else. I'm going to ask you all a question. If you have any questions, I will answer them in the comments stream chat now. If not, I think we could all bid ourselves adieu. Have a good night. I still have some work to do. You know, this is not the longest stream, but it's a stream where I think something got achieved. At least. Engine got put back together. You guys saw it was a real nightmare yesterday. Oh, you know what I can do? I could actually assemble some of the chassis back. John Hansen wants to know, am I leaving it two-wheel drive? The problem is I don't have the front drive shaft. So I think for the time being, I'm going to have to leave a two-wheel drive, man. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to leave a two-wheel drive, actually, for the time being. Unfortunately. All right, my dudes, I think we're going to call it a day. There's no point in talking more than you need to talk. You know, this is not the Comic Con. We ain't got no pretenders here. By the way, if you want to get that ultrasonic cleaner, if you want, I could put a link for it in the chat for you. Let me go find my own link, actually. It works pretty good. Oh, I got some cool stuff coming tomorrow. Can't tell you what. Oh, my goodness, it's on sale. I should have bought it before. I mean, after. More like now. All right, so I'm going to give you the link to the ultrasonic cleaner. It's a really good model. You know, you're going to fit at least one giant big block into it. So there's the link for the cleaner. It's on a sickening sale right now, actually, about 43 bucks. Use that link, and it will be great. Yeah, Paige Smith. We'll talk about it. So I don't know, this model, someone did actually say that this is a 25 that's been converted to XL spec. I really don't have a reason to believe that, but someone yesterday in the stream comments did say that. But if that's the case, whatever. Nitro's a Nitro. James Sermo, bro, thank you. I appreciate you. Listen, I'm gonna get it. I'm not, you know, I don't want to get into the deep details of what this is, what this wasn't. All I know is hopefully it's a runner. And hopefully it'll be a great runner. That's about it. Needs a little more money spent on it. Obviously, the fuel tank, I'm going to get that on order and stuff. Oh, Nitro Pimp Ghost Tracks is ending the power program January 1st. Why do you think they're doing that, man? Why are they doing? They're trying to hurt us? That's not cool at all. I got to get my engines over to them. January 1st. Okay, so I have a month and a half. No, I have a month. Oh, shit, it's already November 22. All right, I got a month, baby. I got a month. All right, bros, that's about it. I'll investigate later. Gotta go do stuff. Peace out. Thank you all. Appreciate you. Have a great, positive night.